Myron has been on a full social media rampage against Akaash from the Flagrant podcast, cooking him and his wife for clips like this.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this.
And
Do you believe her?
I was popping my and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband.
So I've been getting a lot of comments that I'm using my husband for clout, and yeah, that's exactly what it is. No lies were told.
And while it seems random, it's not, because 3 years ago, Andrew and Akaash had Fresh and Fit on the Flagrant podcast, where Akaash really sunned Myron, like he pressed him on his dating takes. Mainly this clip of Fresh and Fit talking about black women.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Man.
We ain't night riders.
No,
So,
I'm good.
You know, sometimes if they're, you know, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
And also their trash relationship advice. And Myron really didn't say anything back for real.
What I don't like, what I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period.
We want the guy to always care less. We want the man to always have the leverage.
Childish as
You guys might not like hearing that.
childish.
But we truly feel.
I'm not, these aren't new beliefs, bro. You're not telling me some shit none of us have ever heard.
Fast forward to now, and it's clear that Myron has been holding a grudge ever since that podcast. Because once he found out Akaash's wife was basically the Indian version of Jada Pinkett Smith.
You know, Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me
Oh my goodness.
if you could film.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Don't. No, because she don't just.
Basically the worst, most embarrassing wife ever, who was also desperate to be a famous influencer and basically made her content around emasculating Akaash. That was all the ammo Myron needed to kick off his revenge tour. And that dude has been going off ever since, putting together full humiliation compilations and exposing the very simpish, I don't use that word lightly, and kind of cuckish relationship.
And I say this is the best husband I've ever seen. And I'm not even saying that hyperbolically. It's a little annoying.
That was sexy, and that's why I'm actively trying to have an orgy.
And what makes it worse is his wife is so unself-aware of how she's coming off.
I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
And with her responding to Myron, she's just giving him more ammunition and giving the internet more reason to not like her. So her responses to this beef are really just making everything worse for Akaash.
Cast guys, like, when they tell you something, when they ask you to jump, you say how high. You're still not a man either way. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you're still a little beta boy.
And I know we've seen Myron take a lot of L's. I've laughed at a lot of those L's. But even a broken clock is right at least 2 times a day. And Myron is absolutely cooking Akaash. And because of the way Akaash's relationship is, it makes it seem like Myron's views on relationship and certain women was right all along, which is just bad for Akaash.
Do you know what my husband just tried to do to me?
Yeah.
We're leaving. Shut up.
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
What I don't like, what I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period. It's just, those are your roots. Those women are reflected in your roots.
Right, but these two dudes hate themselves. Like, they don't like being their skin color. Myron isn't black, not a black American. Everybody always says, but he is black, he's from Sudan. No, he's not a black American, he's an Arab. And so he has all of this really deep hate for black Americans and specifically black women. So when they made that video earlier, we don't night ride or whatever stupid shit they said, that's what Akaash is basically talking about in this video.
Like, Akaash is the extreme. Like, Akaash only dates brown.
Oh, okay.
Akaash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an
So this is like loyal through and through.
Okay.
The way I look at it is, you know, you watch them, you see them evolutionary charts from Neanderthal to Homo sapien.
Yeah.
Y'all are the first out of Neanderthal. But grow with your audience. Mature with your audience.
One person in the relationship, whoever cares less, has the leverage, and we want the guy to always care less.
That's
We want the man
wild.
to always
That's
have the leverage.
childish as
And you guys might not like hearing that.
Childish.
But we truly feel.
I'm not. These aren't new beliefs, bro. You're not.
If you look at their faces, it's just so funny how meek and calm and unconfrontational or not confrontational they are when somebody is physically in their face telling them something. It's really funny. They're just they're just sitting there like two kids with the principal yapping at them.
Not telling me some shit none of us have ever heard. We all heard this.
I mean, I'm married. Akash is married. Mark is married, right? Like, it's possible. Now, granted, we might call you in 10 years and be like, y'all were right? Why, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, he actually did go in. So once Myron found the information he needed, he started off with this tweet. I'm never wrong about these women. He is. He definitely is wrong about women. His own life proves that. Stupid ass G, I guess, is like a racial slur for Indians. Never forget, Myron is super racist. He doesn't even like his own skin. But back to this. Akaash tried to lecture me about women years ago with his equally co-host Andrew. Again, just racist insults. Here's his stupid ass wife making a mockery of him and herself on a podcast. I'm about to cook him and her like curry when I get back to Miami. That was actually funny. Threesomes, red flags. I guess that's all we need to know out of this. Yeah, 43,000 views, but a lot of those views probably came from Myron posting that clip because his post got 4 million views. Their other videos don't do many views. This one video got 43,000 views. Their other videos are like 5, 3,000, 4,000. You can see from the comments, all those views came from Myron posting that clip. Two women pretending to give useful relationship advice when they are openly disrespectful to their own relationships. And Myron posted, I hate being right all the time.
Moved into this like beautiful new apartment.
Oh, see, that's cute.
Yeah, after like
It seems like just a regular female podcast with them oversharing about their relationships, their sexual life, and all the other things that these podcasts are usually built around. Akaash responded to Myron, my man out here getting triggered by jokes. How ironic. Well, don't worry about me, Myron. I got no issue putting a in her place, for example. And then he posted a clip of Fresh and Fit on the Flagrant podcast, where again, in my opinion, Akaash was really sunning Myron, telling him what he thought about him, his content, his point of views, all of that. And Myron was kind of like a very meek, goofy type of non-confrontational dude. So it's always really interesting to see Myron in his own space on his live streams, on his podcast, crashing out on people, but you don't see that same energy at all in person. It's really funny. But of course, when it comes to internet thugging, Myron goes hard. So he responded, R.I.P. Akaash, your wife officially changed your name from Akaash Singh to a cash ATM. And then Andrew is next. I better never hear from you flagrant simps ever again. And he posted this clip.
How do you and your husband split finances?
we don't.
We don't.
If you want to work, all for that. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his account, that's a red flag. His money is our money and my money is my money. I know so many girls in my life personally that have been with guys that weren't transparent about money and they ended up being terrible in other aspects and like people ended up breaking up in divorces. So that is actually my number one. They must be generous with their finances from day one. That means paying for the first date and everything. I know that it's rough out there, inflation. Like, I'm not saying to just like waste it on every single girl, but if a girl is special, you should be courting her properly.
That's just a bad clip to have out there, in my opinion, especially when you're with a millionaire celebrity and you're talking about money and not paying bills. And if you know Fresh and Fit's content, they're making them look like a genius right now because they say avoid these type of women because they will use men up. And this is kind of like an example of that. And Myron wasn't dumb because he did a whole live stream talking about the Akaash issue. Akaash Singh exposed as a simp. Myron talks all that shit about women's weaves and black women's hair and all of that. Bro clearly got the the man hair transplant weave rug on his head right now.
You guys are coming from. You're like, yo, none of y'all had an issue with this.
You guys can see her. He's trying to be the good guy. He's going to be the bad guy. And just so you guys know, Andrew Schultz is extremely fake. This is just a persona that you guys are seeing here. This dude is the fakest dude I've ever met, ever. He freaked out and yelled at my clipper for posting a portion of this interview on our channel. Kid you not, guys. Bro really was angry about the shekels.
Like, we are being flagrant on purpose, so you're going to be treated with different expectations.
Of course. And the thing is this, like, I make fun of everybody.
He don't make fun of white people. He only makes fun of black people, Jewish people. That's about it for Myron.
You know, go into the preference thing, man. Let's talk about what
I make fun of everybody. So it's like
preferences, bro. Like,
so you see how they want to bring it back to the fucking racist shit?
He basically reviews this video, but again, he has a whole different energy sitting right here than he does in a room getting talked to.
That's what you guys are seeing right now. These guys are supposed to be flagrant, but I guess we were too flagrant for even their liking.
And then Myron still wasn't done. Imagine posting this thinking you put anyone in their place when your wife is fantasizing about having sex with other men, admits you're an ATM, tells you to shut up, and calls you stupid on the internet publicly. Clearly, your white knighting did nothing but lead to embarrassment. Hold the L, Akaash. Your new name is Akaash ATM. But Myron kept going. Hey, Akaash, shut the up and never talk shit again. Focus on your ran through thought wife. And he put together a compilation, or somebody on his team put together a crazy compilation.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
What I find corny is my preference is not my women.
Akaash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an
So this is like loyal through and through.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college.
This clip is absolutely insane.
So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
Something they add up, because Akaash thinks he met, fell in love with, and married a virgin.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this.
And
Do you believe her?
if you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah.
But now she was popping her in frat houses.
Sometimes it like literally hurts my heart.
Let me be married to a woman and she is making full social media posts talking about how much she misses getting ran through in college.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. You just know that Nav's at least 10 inches.
This is his wife talking about her co-host husband on a public podcast that people are going to see.
Okay, I have two butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my was a little sore. Oh my!
This man Akaash is a millionaire celebrity. She doesn't pay any bills. She's basically a housewife. All she has to do is be rich. She's not even on somebody else's podcast. She chooses to make her own podcast and tell stories like this, knowing that she's married to another celebrity, and that's going to make him look crazy as a husband.
What kind of porn do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch porn while using a vibrator. What? I just think my imagination is vibration enough.
What?
I just think of like my own husband while I'm like doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that.
This is Jada Pinkett levels of emasculation. This is terrible.
You and your husband split finances, and I'm gonna be really f***ing honest.
I don't.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
First of all, that's a f***ing red flag. I'm not like, no joke. I love you girls. If you want to work, all for that, whatever. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a f***ing red flag. This is not a two-way street. This is a one-way street. His money is our money and my money is my money. And look, have I only made $600 from content creating?
Wow, I went up $100 from last week.
But that's my money.
A broke woman telling you what you can do with your money is just a different level of delusion.
Do you know why I think I have like a good marriage? I think it's because my husband's never here. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of comments that I'm using my husband for clout, and yeah, that's exactly what it is. No lies were told. I am leveraging the support I have. It's kind of like nepotism, but like through my husband, so like spousal nepotism. What's wrong with that?
All of these clips make her come across as really unlikable, and like she said in that last clip, that she's using her husband for clout, for views, for everything else. All of her content is based around her being a wife, but also embarrassing and emasculating her husband. And Myron still wasn't done. Bro was out here just having a field day with this. Hey Akaash, shut the fuck up forever part 2. Your wife swore she was a virgin. Married simps like you and Andrew keep proving us right. 3 years after your weak-ass women lecture, if that Akaash still stunned him on that flagrant episode. That must be burning his soul. On your trash podcast, 3 things always come out: the sun, the moon, and the truth. But in retrospect, it also does make Akaash look crazy.
I'm just gonna really just start it off here. Before you got in here, I was asking Akaash about his first time, with you, not as much, but like, how did it go with other women, talking about never having a blowjob. What the he's 34. How old are you?
25.
Okay. So like
Yeah.
you meet him.
Yeah.
He's never had sex and he's older than you. Were you like, ew?
It's funny because, like, the guy that I was kind of with right before him was also a virgin. I met Akaash. I was at the point where I was ready because I don't know if you told her because I
Oh
was,
no, I didn't know you were a virgin too.
so I was a virgin too when I met him.
Something ain't adding up. You can't be a virgin too. And also say you were going crazy in college. You were up in the white boys fraternities and had a roster full of dudes that you rotated into. So something ain't making sense here. These are all pretty bad looks, especially with the content that she's putting out on her own podcast. And then she posts clips like this on TikTok.
Do you know what my husband just tried to do to me?
Yeah.
We're leaving. Shut up. We're leaving in Paris.
Dog, shut up on camera is crazy word. If she says shut up on camera without even blinking, she is probably verbally abusing that man behind the scenes.
In 5 hours, so tensions are a little high.
Yeah.
We also just redid our closet,
This is all her closet now. She took the whole closet.
which we already agreed upon.
Now she's saying she doesn't have no space.
And now I'm saying I don't have space for all my. I don't have space for. Can you show?
Yeah.
I don't have space for all my Indian suits because I like my dresses spaced out. Do you know what Akaash just did?
Here you go. Watch this. Oh my God.
I'm not doing
How
that.
space exists.
I'm not doing that.
This is the most spoiled rich girl first world problem video ever. There are people out here in food bank lines depending on SNAP benefits that aren't coming, federal employees that haven't been paid in over a month, and they're arguing about closet space.
I'm curious to know, like, how do you guys handle things around the house?
Oh, I actually don't cook and clean ever.
Oh, I don't cook. I don't clean. Let me tell you, I got this written.
Cardi B can say that because she's Cardi B. If a woman is not cooking or cleaning and then bragging about it in the podcast, I don't know why anybody would be married to that.
Okay, so I try to cook like maybe once a week, but since I've been making content and TikToks, that hasn't really been happening. But no, we have like a cleaning lady come once a week because also like cleaning is hard and it's really stressful and it damages your cuticles and your nails. If you spend like X amount of money on the nail salon, it's kind of a waste to like fuck up your manicure. That's how we kind of split that. We outsource, which I truly believe in. And then for laundry, like I do my own laundry, he does his own laundry.
So when we first moved in together,
If that's the case, what is he married for? She doesn't pay any bills. She doesn't cook or clean and won't even do his laundry. What is he getting out of that marriage exactly?
For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
When I say I'm tired, she can't just let me be tired. I travel, I work, and I'm very blessed to do what I do. But when I tell my wife I'm tired, I want her to say, I'm sorry, baby. I understand. That must be exhausting, buying me all these things.
This type of content is so weird to me because he appears on her podcast with the co-host husband who his wife was lusting after and talking about his meat size. This is coming off like a very cuckish relationship.
So am I. And if I dare open my mouth to go, what the did you do that made you tired? Now it's a problem. Now it's a fight. So I sit there.
I went to Pilates.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yesterday, I worked the entire, like, morning to night, whatever. I get a workout in because I'm trying to be less fat. And then she's like, babe, can you take out Happy? I'm so tired. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I take you to Mew Mew and you buy whatever you want. That's the bare.
Excuse me. No, I didn't buy whatever I wanted. I am on a budget, okay?
Because you want a house that I don't care about. A house.
I guess she's cute, right? And she's Indian. She claims she was a virgin when they met. But at what point does the public emasculation and embarrassment make that not worth it? This just reminds me of Jada Pinkett Smith.
Can I say this is the best husband I've ever seen? And I'm not even saying that hyperbolically. It's a little annoying. And then, like, he's just getting in better shape.
You're off already.
We might have.
Oh, what are y'all doing this whole time? Drake is your Taylor Swift.
100%.
exactly.
I'm toxic. How do you think I have to keep up with her?
No, he be saying some boss ass shit. What is the stuff he says to you that I'm just like, that's fire?
Oh, now just
Being on another man's nuts in front of your wife is crazy. This is coming off very cuckish.
puts his out on the table.
There's a difference being a scammer and being a hustler. Two very different things.
Okay.
I'm a hustler
who scams a little bit. I'm not a scammer who hustles.
Lie, that was sexy, and that's why I'm actively trying to have an orgy.
Bruh. He should immediately stop funding her lifestyle. Everybody doesn't need to be an influencer. You're married to a rich, famous comedian who takes care of you, full stop. You don't have to do anything. You don't even fold that man's drawers. Why do you need a podcast embarrassing him? And why is he letting that happen?
Have you seen his Instagram thumbnail? You know I've shown that to multiple dudes.
Yes, you've done
Yo, look at my wife's podcast partner's husband.
He's not doing himself no favors. This is this is a horrible look for Akaash.
It's crazy. Ain't that crazy? I've shown it to multiple guys.
I've also shown it to multiple people.
If-
I'm meeting Nav's dad tomorrow, and I will say I'm nervous because he has the, not to be weird, but he has big energy, and he's obviously
Based off story.
I get secondhand embarrassment from watching this for Akaash. And then, of course, she made a video responding to all the drama.
We see my name keeps getting brought up by either women or men. Lately, it's these red pill guys because I said my money, or what did I say? His money is our money and my money is my money, which is a common saying, whatever. I'm not even gonna elaborate because I don't care to explain myself to them.
She clearly cares.
But what I will say is, if you're not gonna be a man for women, like if you're gonna say, oh, women should do this for us and we're the prize and blah, 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 at least be a man for yourself.
The reason she's receiving a lot of hate and backlash is because of the disrespectful, emasculating things that she said on her own podcast, or lusting over her co-host husband, or talking about she missed getting thrown around in college. People have opinions about that type of stuff and how she looks as a wife. So it's not all about paying bills or not going 50-50 on bills. There's a bunch of other stuff.
Past guys, like when they tell you something, when they ask you to jump, you say how high. You're still not a man either way. Do you see what I'm saying? Like you're still a little beta boy doing whatever these men tell you. Why are you mad at us? Why are you mad if me and my husband are cool with each other, if we both make jokes at each other's expense?
I don't know what she said that was supposed to be taken as a joke. Her saying she missed getting thrown around in college and pressing her co-host to have a threesome or orgy or whatever she wanted to do so that she can sleep with her co-host husband. I don't think any of that was a joke. And again, it's just giving more ammunition for people to hate on her and further embarrass her husband. Like I said, we've definitely seen Myron take some mean L's over the years, but this ain't that. All he really had to do was post the clips and let Akaash's wife embarrass him herself. This woman doesn't cook, doesn't clean, doesn't work, doesn't pay any bills, doesn't even do laundry, and then goes on a podcast and talks shit about her husband and literally lust over her co-host husband in front of her husband. Bro needed to put his foot down right then and there. Stand up, walk out, take the mic, something, anything. Everybody doesn't need a platform. And he just needs to get his wife off social media. He'll be all right. But shout out to my channel members. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for supporting. And thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.